explanation for this. We can do this religious, and we can do this non-religious. Let's start with the religious, shall we? In religious terms, you are a harvest. The Lord is harvesting you. You won't know the day or the hour, but the month was planned. And like any harvest, you are not ripe. So, when you ask for the opportunity, or you, if you're so prideful, demand and take the opportunity to prove that you could do the thing that the Lord was preparing you for harvest, then now you must reap thrice. Once for the hubris, twice for the pride, and three times for the slice of humble pie that is being baked, so that you may be able to keep yourself in check this time. And if it is the case that you happen to fail the test, it's not because it was a failure, it is because it was not your time. Character development don't come free, and the Degrassi of your life is being very slowly written by a scribe. And then, of course, in the non-religious, it's the Jeck shot. You're a millennial if you're watching this and you're between the age of 18 to 35. You remember the Jeck shot, right? What happened when you succeeded at the Jeck shot? You learned the Jeck shot, and you also learned the overdrive that went along with it, as well as obtaining the skill inside a blitzball. What happened when you failed the Jeck shot? The game continued going, right? You only got one chance. Certainly you could save before you tried, but you only got one chance. And no, if you played on an emulator and you cheated by using the save state, that doesn't count. When you're in the season of your life where the Lord is testing you and He is sending you examples to prove whether or not you are ready for the necessary step that comes next, it's not always going to look like things are going your necessary way, because you do not measure growth in seconds, you measure growth in resilience. If you are not ripe enough for the concept, for the lesson, for the development, much like you attempting to be equally yoked in the gem, just as you can equally be yoked in the spirit, you are not prepared and ready for the lessons that He is trying to impart upon you. Or to put it a different way, you want to be Superman, but you don't have the resilience that goes along with super strength. So you think that you're going to go rescue people falling off of houses and buildings, and the next thing you know, they are a bloody mess in your arms. Was it because you weren't strong enough? No. You, you were plenty strong. You just didn't know how to wield that strength. Ergo, you weren't equally yoked. And don't get prideful either, because God don't like ugly. And if you're overripe, that's worse than being underripe. Underripe, you can fix. Overripe? Well, you know what they do in gardening, right, with overripe fruit? You'll feed the rest of the harvest, and people will learn from your mistakes. And that, children, is what we call a cautionary tale. Or in the case of gardening, mulch.